Alright, because this camera is on, so let's get started. Assalamualaikum and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thanks God we meet again. Actually, to all of my friends, wherever and whenever you are know, good morning and Assalamualaikum again. And it's very fantastic to have you here, listening, also still watching this video. It's me Ridho Ibu. Perhaps and hopefully this channel will be always collecting still about Matan Safina, now still Matan Safina, and also collecting also Jurumiyah books. And today we are going to talk about still connect with jurisprudency of law in Islam or Matan Safina by title Syurutu Jam'it Takdim. So we are going to talk about Syurutu Jam'it Takdim or the rules of Jamak Takdim. It means we will be talking about any conditions, how we can execute Jamak Takdim in a right way. So what does these chapters look like? So let's get started. And just for your information, this chapter is chapter or episodes number 38. Perhaps or hopefully this chapter will be relating or will relate our information in the past, right? So let's get started. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qala al-mu'allif rahimahullahu ta'ala wa nafa'ana bihi wa bi'ulumihi fid dharaini amin. Rabbi Yasir wa Ain. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Faslun, new chapter or new sections. Syurutu jam'it taqdimi arba'atun. Firstly, I'm going to read the whole of the sentence of this book. Then I am going to tell you, I am going to read words by words while bringing by meaning, right? So syurutu jam'it taqdimi arba'atun. Al-buda'atu bil ula wa niyatul jam'i fiha wal muwalatu bainahuma wa dawamul udhri. Syurutu jam'it takdim, some of conditions how we can to execute jamak takdim in a right way, in the correct way, right? Syurutu jam'it takdim is this one is telling us about how we can be executing jamak takdim, how we can be doing jamak takdim correctly, right? For doing jamak takdim correctly, we have any reasons. Arba'atun, there are four things, four reasons, or four items that must be completed when we are going to be doing or when we are going to be executing jamak takdim. So we have to complete four reasons. So what are they? Number one, al-buda'atu bil ula. Al-buda'atu bil ula can means we have to start, right? We have to begin. We have to start when we are doing or when we are going to be executing jamak takdim. We have to start the first time, first solat in the first time. Uh, just for your information, before we are going to along, the meaning of jamak takdim, right? Short definitions of jamak takdim is exactly jamak takdim can means we are collecting between the couple of prayings. It's like duhur and asar or maghrib and isha, right? We are collecting the both of praying. It's like duhur and asar or maghrib and isha in a one time, right? When we are doing or when we are using jamak takdim rules, it means we have to execute between duhur and asar in duhur first, on in the first time of both of solat, right? That means we have to execute between duhur and asar in duhur times. Sudu with when we wanna going to be execute between maghrib and isha, we have to execute both of the solat in maghrib times. This is the meaning of al-buda'atu bil ula. So we have to execute the first time from solat in the first time. This is the meaning of this one. And then what is number two? Waniyatul jam'i fiha. Waniyatul jam'i, and uh, we have to be getting intentions, right? Getting intentions or can be getting intending, right? What the meaning of by getting intending? just for your information, when we are trying to sound the sentences of intentions from jamak takdim should be like this. The intentions of jamak takdim should be like this. Usolli fardhu zuhri majmu'an bil asri jam'at takdimi lillahi ta'ala. I'll replay again. Usolli fardhu zuhri majmu'an bil asri jam'at takdimi lillahi ta'ala. This one is automatically should be the intentions of jamak takdim, right? So we have to be spelling this sentence in our hearts in the first time when we are doing sholat, right? When we are collecting between zuhur and asar, so you have to be spelling this sentence or these intentions in your heart in the start when you are starting zuhur praying, right? And then what is the next, or number 3? Wal muwalatu bainahuma. Wal muwalatu bainahuma is doing by continuous or continuable. Can means also be on and on. It means we have to do, we have to execute between zuhur and asar. What does that mean? The meaning of this one, wal muwalatu can means doing by continuable or doing by continuous. The meaning of this one is we have to execute, we have to do, or we have to collect between zuhur and asar by continuously without interruptions or without obstructions. That means there is no thing which is potential to split between zuhur and asar, and we do both of them in another way. This is the meaning of this one. Wal mualatu bainahuma, doing by continuously and on and on. There is no interruptions. And then number 4, or the last one, watawamul udhri, when the uzur or when any reasons still exist. So what does this mean, or what the meaning of this one? Watawamul udhri can means we are always be permitted for doing jamak takdim by one conditions, when any reasons for doing jamak takdim is still exist, right? The meaning of this one is when we have still any reasons for doing jamak takdim. In example, we are still in the journey, right, or etc etc. So that why we are still going to be permitted for using or for doing jamak takdim. So faslun syurutu jam'it takhiri wa wallahu a'lam bishawab.